Wow, it's extremely bright. So how the hell could I say, Jason? How could you say that? You know, you're enabling a person just by associating that person, associating with that person who's using legal or illegal narcotics, alcohol, vaping. Okay, so today's the 26th of June, right? No, wait. Today's the 27th of June, 2022, I think. Let's get it right, first of all. July 4th is next Monday, so yeah. 27th. Okay, so the 30th, yeah, that's Thursday, 29, 28. I guess maybe this month I've really looked at it and I was like, wait a minute. I cut off the communication, the association with people who are. And look, I love addiction. It's not about addiction. It's about just their mind, their personality, behaviors, disorders from their behavior. You can see it, and it's really fucking with them. It's gonna come onto coming onto you as well, and it's affected me. So it's like I just can't do it, and it's 100% of the time. People smoking cigarettes, weed. You don't see as much of the cocaine stuff. Obviously, the meth, heroin, fentanyl. It's a lovely one, right? So I remember as a child. For some reason, this month I look back at it. What was it like with me as a child? I really wanted my mother to hurry up and go get her cigarette. I knew there were times that like I needed her to go get her cigarette because it would relieve me of her extreme rage and anger, the abusive things that she would do, physically, mentally, verbally, obviously emotionally, and whatever. But I can just go on and on about these different things. But it was just a matter of I noticed, I saw it, calmed her for 15, 20 minutes. So what these junkies do, the smokers of cigarettes, they treat these cigarettes like these little gods or friends. They control this. There's all kinds of extreme personality disorders, OCD, bipolar personality, borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, extreme narcissism. I mean, they're like hitting all 9 traits of the narcissism thing. All these drug users, potheads. And there's really no difference between a moderate alcohol drinker such as myself, the way I was, and then of course, and moderate could be once a year, and then of course a alcohol drinker who's doing 3, 4, 5, 6 beers or shots a day. It just the alcohol damages everybody the same way. Just one little drop of that poison, it'll just fuck you up severely. And you're seeing this with the good boys like the police, sheriffs. But this is how you're enabling these people. And I didn't notice it, I think, until this year. I had a live-in aid whereby she told me she didn't smoke, and then she went right back into it. Another thing is television. It's extremely horrible narcotic. You don't believe me? Look it up. Even Google, everything that Google says is right? So yeah, television is a very toxic narcotic. I haven't had television since 1997. I watch it. I do. I go to YouTube a lot. That's watching television. Of course, not just because I'm blind, but just like I can still see it. I hear. I listen to a lot. And then of course, I hear sermons and stuff. I'm not as much into the sermons as I am in just, case studies, lectures, stuff like that. But yeah, television is very. It's a horror. Habits are habits. I'm a supporter of habits and addictions. I'm addicted. I have a habit to being healthy and just having fun in life. Healthy relationships. So yeah, that's a big thing, y'all. Okay, so with the TV aside, you got the issue with regard to cigarettes and the vaping. I knew that I needed them. I didn't realize at the time, but I think it's part of it because I was like, whatever. I mean, I didn't have a full-blown personality disorder, but because I was using my disorders, which was just, insecurities, I was covering myself up. My own parts of the personality disorders that I would take on, the traits of some of the ones I just mentioned, OCD obviously, the whole point of those things is to cover myself up. So, to protect myself. So I didn't even know that I was having any traits of personality disorders. This is type B stuff, but this is highly debated amongst psychology and psychiatry. But I was covering up my own issues with regard to enabling these drug users and alcoholics. You understand what I'm saying? So as I'm examining myself more, and I'm getting deeper, I'm like thinking I pretty much got to just covering every little cell of my being, I'm getting, this is really quite interesting day. Your brain, I think, 2 or maybe 3 separate times. So, that's a big one. I just found that, what, that's a problem. When you're enabling, you think you can run with these people, these smokers or potheads. These people are some of the biggest narcissists in existence. So you don't see this kind of stuff. You're talking about less than 2% of all the entire population of places like, well, obviously anywhere in the Arab nations, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, but going out to, why can't I think of the island? Oh my God. Oh boy. Bummers. Wow, this is weird. Indonesia. I've talked about this so much. That's why I love the women of Indonesia. They think it's like really weird when somebody's, doing alcohol or drugs or cigarettes even. It's like Jakarta, obviously. These beautiful out. Even in the Philippines and Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia. These are cleaner people. So here in America, it's rampant. You're part of the minority when you're not very, very minute minority. When you're not doing these things, and you really are. You're enabling and you're complicit with these fuckers. You just got to get away from it, y'all. It's not about and I've done the whole thing, converting them, loving them out of it. That's the okay. So the delusional thing of thinking of it, like you're grandiose, thinking that because you're gonna love them so much, overcome good with evil. The Bible says that. Be giving so much, overwhelming peace on them, and joy, and just love. It ain't gonna work, y'all, because you're already you're in their fucking system. Then that white supremacy idea that you think you're gonna get them in your system ain't gonna work, y'all. You just gotta stay the fuck away from it, because these people are just bad news. Smokers, vapors. These people are just the fact that they're destroying their own body. Like, hello. So it's you just. I was a child. I remember like, oh yeah, thank God for that. I used to like worship that cigarette. Thank God, my mom can give me a little break from just verbally just beating down on me. That's the whole single mom thing. They just beat down on children as their little puppets. So that's a little explanation I can give you from where I come from.